Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Stray with G. I feel as though that has become cliche now, so if you guys have suggestions, shoot them in the comments. Don't hesitate. We will explore some of them in the near future. First, I want to start by encouraging you guys to pray for those affected by the earthquakes in Turkey and Syria. It is time like these that we get to showcase our humanity. If you do not have monies or other physical resources to help, remember, prayers are free, and also remember to hashtag pray for Turkey and Syria. But we got to share with you some of the things that have transpired while we were off. Biden had his State of the Union. Then Putin had his State of the Union. President Ali's Republic Day message had the effect of a State of the Union address. And everybody is just doing State of the Union's addresses these days. I just might have one. Biden snuck into the thick of things and met with Ukrainian Vladimir Volodymyr. Putin met with Wang Yi, and Vice President Bharat met with the Indian top brass. Whoa, it was a week of meetings as well. In the world of sports, Liverpool met with their nemesis and was treated to a 5-2 thrashing at their Anfield home ground. Salah hasn't gotten his revenge as yet. City can't produce a win at RB Arena. Milan beat Tottenham, and Chelsea came up short at Borussia Park inside of Germany. The All-Star weekend was saved by a short white dunker, McClung. The actual game was the worst by any standard. And while one Celtic gloated in MVP glory, the other All-Star Celtic said it was a glorified layup line. Mike Malone, the coach of the Denver Nuggets, said what I said. It was the worst. Happy Republic Day, Guyana. Uncle Jerry ain't give us the recipe to shop with 25,000 as yet. We holding the faith, though. We waiting on him to produce us this list of things that we can get and where we can get it from. Today's episode is inspired by a Facebook post I made a few weeks ago when I said, a cynic, remaining humble in my corner, they label me bellicose. They rather see me as a course, not a chimera. The amount of calumnies I've heard, I'd be rich if I seek the comfort of the courts. But being callous as I am, I resort to being equally mean. Some do find me to be drolly. But this will get grandiloquent should I continue. So, for today's episode, we are going to be exploring unfamiliar words, what they mean, and how to use them. And hopefully, we improve the lexicon of our viewing audience. I know, the lexicon is unfamiliar, ain't it? Before we commence the list, I would just like to share with you that a man cannot be a nymphomaniac because a nymphomaniac describes a woman with an insane sexual desire. So let's jump right into it. Number one, the word lexicon is of Greek origin from the word lexis, which means words. However, the term lexicon means the vocabulary of an individual or language. For example, very simply, the size of the English lexicon. You can also say the 7-year-old boy's lexicon is that of a mature teenager. Number two, troika is also a noun of Russian origin, meaning a vehicle pulled by a team of 3 horses, or it can be used to mean a group of 3 people in authority. From the origin, as alluded to earlier, Troy, which translates to set of 3. For example, a troika of European foreign ministers. And we go on. Number 3, promulgate, a verb, meaning to put law or decree into effect by announcing it officially. It can also mean to make widely known or to promote. For example, Guyana's constitution was promulgated in 1980. It is from the Latin word promulgare, and we know that once pro is used before a word in Latin, it means out publicly. Amogere means to cause to come forth. Number 4, armistice. If you're an ardent acolyte of world news, you might see or hear the word often. It is a noun too, meaning an agreement between opposing sides to stop fighting, which is basically a truce. Its origin is Latin from the words arma and sister. Arma meaning arms and sister meaning to stop. The word acolyte is thrown in there. It also means follower. If you are watching this, be sure to support the online store GY for all your online purchases. Anything that you wish to procure, hit them up. Items are delivered within 5 business days. They're cheap, reliable, and efficient. What are you doing? like their Facebook page and Instagram pages, and get a free quote today. As we returned, we must pay attention to numero cinco in case you are one of our Hispanic listeners, but in English that's number 5. Subterfuge. This is a trick or deception used to achieve an objective. Its origin is Latin, from subterfugere, meaning to escape by stealth or escape secretly. For example, he had to use subterfuge on many occasions to get in bed with the women he wanted. Number 6, sate, means to satisfy in full or fully. It's a verb of English origin, mid 16th century to be precise. Your appetite for sex would be sated with one visit to the Playboy Mansion, for example. Number 7, pokey. This is an adjective used to describe a space that is small or cramped. It is of Old English origin. For example, 5 of us share the pokey little room. If we add an E between the K and the Y, it becomes pokey, which means prison. That is informal North American language. And one usage is 25 years in the pokey. You can stop laughing now. Number 8, straighten. This term simply means not having enough money, to be broke in layman's terms. It is not the past tense of any word, and if it is used without the ed at the end, the word becomes straighten, which then makes it a verb, and that word means to make or become narrow. An example of the correct usage would be, because of his unemployment, he now lives in straitened circumstances. Number 9, perfidious, deceitful and treacherous. For example, a perfidious lover. It is from the Latin word perfidia, which translates to treachery. This too is an adjective. Charandas would be labeled a perfidious MP post 2018. Number 10, obstreperous. Do not laugh at the meaning of this word. It means noisy and difficult to control. It is of Latin origin and the Latin words ob and strepere, meaning make a noise. For example, my obstreperous wife. Number 11, grandiloquent. This word means using pompous or unnecessarily complicated language according to the Collins Dictionary. It can also mean extravagant in style. For example, a grandiloquent celebration of Spanish glory. Its origin is Latin too, like many of the words here today, from the word grandiloquus, meaning grand speaking. Hopefully we have improved your lexicon by adding a few more words to it. And with it, at the very least, if you are not smart, at least you may or can now sound smart. And once you sound smart, you seem smart. Thank you for spending your time with us.